Yo, guys, I hope you're well. Do you remember when Tony Blair famously said, education, education, education? Well, guys, the whole country is saying immigration, immigration, immigration. Yes, it is. So, guys, we got a bit of a chart here just showing the favourability towards politicians. I think this was done between the 9th and the 12th of August, and Sir Keir Starmer is sitting at a favourable rate of 38%. But we'll come back to that. So, guys, more than half the people think that Britain is moving in the wrong direction, as this government is focused on far right thuggery and it's not listening to the major concerns of the people, which are immigration, crime, law and order, and race relations. So, guys, the government under Sir Keir Starmer is fixated on crushing any dissent by the public to their heavy handed response to the recent riots. And they're lumping anyone and everyone who was there or expressed an opinion as a far right thug. So, guys, even though many didn't break any laws, they're still being lumped and labelled as a far right thug. So, guys, we'll shortly be seeing a poll from Ipsos around the concerns of the nation. But the headlines here, guys, are immigration is seen as the biggest issue facing Britain, while concern about crime surges. So Mike Clements at Ipsos said, the impact of the recent riots across the UK is clear in this month's data. Immigration has returned to the top issue for the country for the first time since 2016, while the level of concern about crime and race relations has also surged to recent highs. Whilst there's concern about the NHS has fallen, while concern about the NHS has fallen sharply since its election high point, it still remains a significant issue for the country alongside the economy, inflation, with clear differences in priorities by age and party support. So 34% of Britons have named immigration as an important issue for the country, and it's made it the biggest issue for the first time since 2016. There's also concern about crime, which has jumped up 19 points compared with July, with 25% now seeing crime as a big issue for Britain. And race relations is a top 10 issue for the first time since 2020. So this poll conducted by Ipsos was done between August the 9th and the 12th, and it reveals, if I go to the poll, that only 22%, which is a little over 1 in 5 people, believe Britain is headed in the right direction. So if you see the green chart here, or the green downward slope here, these are the people who think that Britain is going in the right direction, as opposed to the red line here, which has had a sharp drop in the last couple of weeks, down to 52% people believe that Britain is headed in the wrong direction, people. So that means that more than 50% are very concerned that Britain, in fact, is headed in the wrong direction. So the sharp drop seems to coincide with the heavy-handedness and the two-tier approach that Starmer has used to react to the recent riots. He's also made it clear that he is not in the slightest bit interested in listening to the concerns of the people, but he's intent on driving home his master plan of silencing any and all dissent on the streets and online by handing out the harshest punishments possible through the courts. And this latest poll, it shows that the 3 highest movers since July are for immigration. So where's immigration here? It's at the top. You can see it in the green arrow. Crime and law and order, it's up 10 points. And down towards the bottom, race relations, which is up 15 points, people. And it says here, so this is for August 2024. What do you see as the most other important issues facing Britain today? So, immigration is at 34% people. Crime, law and order, 25%. And then we've got, if I can see it rightly, race relations here at 11%. And the steep increases have been in crime, law and order, race relations, and at the top, immigration and immigrants people. So, by singling out one issue, which is the far right thugs, Sir Keir has exacerbated another issue, and that is of our overcrowded prisons people. So Sir Keir wanted to act tough on the far right, but he has gotten weak on all other crimes and all the other career and opportunistic criminals. Say, for instance, all the knife crime, the assaults, fraud, etc., etc. So the prisons are at breaking point, and by making examples of the rioters, Sir Keir is now having to release prisoners in droves early from their sentences. So these criminals who have made the lives of their innocent victims a living hell are now being rewarded with early releases. So what a slap in the face to the innocent victims to find out that these criminals will be released early in order to make space for the rioters. Really? What is the signal we're sending out to these criminals? Is it that so long as they don't riot, they will not fear arrest or jail time? Really? Really? Guys, we've got to get round a table and we've got to talk about certain issues: immigration, crime, law and order, race relations. There are so many, the list is so long, but at the top of the list is immigration people. So Tony Blair said education, education, education. Well, the people, Sir Keir, are saying immigration, immigration, immigration. Guys, make certain you look after yourselves, you look after each other. Make certain that we sign the petition. I'm going to put a link down here, just above the comment section, to get our questions heard and maybe to remove Sir Keir from his position. But guys, make certain you do everything within the legal framework and use the parameters that are there for us, guys. But be safe and make certain, guys, that you stay sharp. But guys, thank you so much for your comments. Appreciate all of them. I read all of them, guys, and make sure and make certain you come back to the next Urban Bars reaction, guys.